What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video. Y'all see my beautiful flowers behind me? Those are my two new babies. um I love ivories, so if y'all want to send me an ivory, email me and I'll give y'all information on how you can send me some beautiful ivory plants. I have them all over my house. um I want to talk about in this video this weird obsession that your ex narcissists have with you, and this thing that they do, and it makes you feel a way like you're being watched, like you're being stalked. And this can happen for years and years and years. It just shows how delusional they are. But your ex can know that you have moved on into a new relationship, maybe even engaged. You probably even have remarried or gotten married for the first time to the love of your life. But that narcissistic ex want to keep, this hold on to you, because in their mind you're going to always belong to them. They will start these false rumors claiming that they still have some type of relationship with you. They'll even make statements to people because they know that, certain things they say in a conversation is going to stick out, and everything else, the person is just going to be like, wait, bring that back, what you said. And I know this because when I had moved on from my ex, um, and I started to see people like dating, I wasn't even in a serious relationship, but I was dating. It was Christmas time. And what he wanted to do was to show off, that he had got this big Christmas bonus. So he comes to my house while my company is there, and we just relaxing, chilling, drinking wine, and watching a movie. He comes in the house, he's gonna do that because the children were younger. And at that time, I didn't know he was a narc, so I hadn't set boundaries to where, look, you're not just gonna pop up here just because we have kids together. You're still, you have to let me know when you're gonna come by. You're not gonna come here unannounced because I've moved on. I'm seeing someone, and I think that's disrespectful. But I didn't know any better then, like I do now. And I tell y'all, this stuff just be coming back to me. So as it come back to me, I want to share it with y'all. He comes to the house with this gigantic Christmas tree that was too large for the living room, to where he sat it up in the corner, and the tip of the tree was leaning over. The tree was barely set up properly. He did that to just kind of show off and make himself seem like this big dude in charge and responsible, and he just taking care of things, at my house or for the kids. And like, if that makes him a great father, which he wasn't. It was like you was a convenient kind of father. You would come around, well, dad, come around when it's convenient to make yourself look presentable to certain people. And he knew. He probably had already been, making circles around the block. And then he already, they're very calculated. He had already planned on doing this at the perfect time. And the perfect time with him was when he knew that I would have company over. Because he probably had already been circling the block like I would always see him riding around in the area, even when I'm coming from work. And, he would, at that time, I didn't even have a car because the schools that I was a substitute at, I was subbing, it was walking distance. And he would see me and would be like, you want to ride to the house? No, I'm good, I can walk. When I make it to the house, he would be like, I'm going to go get the kids. You don't have to get them because the bus is going to drop them off right in the front of the house. Like, showing off. Got to show up to the school, make a scene, and pretend like I'm the father of the year. Fake. But yeah, that's things that narcissists will do. And another thing that they will do is, like, again, hold these conversations with certain people who they know you still associate with, because they know the person will probably bring it up to you. They would create false rumors just to get a reaction out of people who they're telling it to, and to get a reaction out of you, especially if they haven't been able to get nothing from you in return. That silent, that gray rock, or that low contact is killing them. So they're gonna do something to get something out of you. And they would lie and tell people that y'all are still involved. They do stuff like that. Just evil. Anything to try to sabotage the good things you have going on. Anything to sabotage, your peace of mind. And just wanting to be left alone. Let me heal in peace. Let me move on without you invading my space and constantly feeling like you're entitled to be here, because you're not. It's over. You out of here. Deal with it. But they don't know how to take rejection. So they're going to find ways to try to, ruin the good things you have going on. Just to let you know, hey, I'm still here. You're not going to get rid of me that easy. The females do it and the males do it as well. I've seen it happen with my son's ex, and it happened to me. And I know that it happened with the narc, the psycho at work, because of what she's told me. And the way she speaks, like she hates his new wife. And anytime her daughter would tell her what's going on between her stepsister, she would get a kick out of it, like she was ready to share that information with me. Oh, and he had to take her to the doctor because she was too scared to tell her mama that she might be pregnant, and she been missing her period, and just all this. Like, look, and see, our daughters would never. And I'm like, never say what your children wouldn't do. That's one of the great rules of parenting. Never put those children so high up on the pedestal and say what they won't do. Just don't do that. Because that's when they'll show you otherwise. And it'll put you in a place of embarrassment. And I'll shut your mouth real quick. Never say what your kids won't do. Your children are no better than anyone else. All you could do is be the best parent you know how to be. But as far as her, she was they want you to think that they're such great parents and they're so good at parenting. That's why they push so hard to try to get custody, not because they really want those children. They don't want that responsibility. They're doing that to punish you, to hurt you. And they know that when the children are of a certain age, not saying that teenage children or older children are not going to be manipulated and fooled by them, because they are. But the younger ones are much easier to fool and manipulate, because they really could put on an act with them. And as soon as the children are out the door to school, they're abusing you again and manipulating and just everything, and giving you the silent treatment and hurting you, torturing you, and just all type of tactics they use. When the children are back in the house, it's different. Now, they have some of those covert narcs who don't care. They'll do it in front of the children. But either way it goes, they all show that one side of them that's a different way. They show that certain side of them that's a different way in front of others, including their own children, than they would any other time. So that's just something to think about. Narcs, they put false rumors out there to make people think y'all still seeing each other. That's to mess up your new relationship. Because I was dating another guy, because the other one didn't work out. And I was like, I'm seeing a pattern of these guys just not wanting to take a chance to be with me. But I never understood why it was going good. And it's because they felt like what we have, what we were trying to get to wouldn't really get there, because I may be seeing him. And it's like, but y'all should trust me enough to know that. But I guess I was allowing that door to be open and closed when he wanted it to. Because I wasn't really thinking that way then. Like, okay, hold up. And setting rules. You're not going to come and go as you please. I was allowing certain things to happen that made the people who I was seeing feel uncomfortable. And looking back at it, then I didn't understand that. I had a closed mind to it, thinking, well, they're not paying attention to him. They don't feel threatened by him, because we could never be again focus on us and, what it can turn into if we keep seeing each other. But they couldn't, because he kept making himself available. He kept showing up and saying things and snooping, and they have ways. They're very sneaky, and they have ways of finding people to pass on information to, because they know those people are going to bring it back to someone, and there's your false rumor, but and I know that people shouldn't always believe what they hear, but when you're hearing it so much, you just like, look, even if it's not true, I don't have time for this. I just don't. I like peace. I don't like drama. I'm not about to entertain this. You good people. And I always got that from guys, like, you good people, I enjoy your company, but man, oh dude, he was looking at me like, one of them even told me he was giving him a dirty look, and I wasn't paying attention to that. Again, it was straight over my head, because I didn't really know the fullness of who he was. I just know what I went through. That's how it keeps coming up, and I can recall it when it comes up to me, when I can recall certain things that happened. But I just didn't know that he was a narcissist. I just didn't know that he had this personality disorder. I didn't know that I was dealing with someone with a very dark and evil spirit. I just know he had a personality that we didn't get along a lot. And I was never really just complete with him. I was never really full and happy and confident and secured. I never felt that way with him. I can tell you that, but I never knew why. So that's just something to think about when you're moving on and things are happening that you're confused about, and you start to question it, dealing with your current relationship, or just someone you're being acquainted with. You just have to kind of look at the ex and their actions and the way they communicate with outside people and things that they just might be saying. Like, always keep an open mind to that, because you just never know, and there's no limits to what they'll do to try to destroy you or destroy anything you have going on, because they're going to feel like it's a threat to what y'all can have. It's not easy for the narcissist to let you go. That's why they do all that, And they can be with someone else, but they're only with that person for convenience. If you're that one that got away, and you're the one who served that final discard, that was an injury that they're not going to just easily get over. They're not ever going to get over anyone. They just go away for a while because something better has come along. But you ain't going to never be out of their head completely. With certain narcissists, is out of sight, out of mind. And when they see you again, it's on again. And they want to talk again. But if they don't see you again for a good 10 years, out of sight, out of mind, you'll think they've forgotten about you, which is a good thing. But don't be surprised when you see them again and they try to start, to conversate and want to keep in touch all in a sudden, So that's all I want to talk about in this video, y'all. Leave y'all thoughts down below and let me know if you ever had to deal with something with the narcissist delusions of thinking that they can always have you back anytime they want to, with their huge egos and just arrogant attitudes, and just being so dismissive of being respectful of your personal life. So leave your thoughts down below on that. Thank y'all for watching. Talk to you soon.